little bit about your overall experience at Ferry Godmother Productions. How was it, just in general?
My overall experience was really good. I felt like at first I was like quite slow with things, but then I felt like I eventually got the hang of it. And although I did have struggles, I try to make the best of it and solve it.
All right, so tell me a little bit about your struggles, though. What kind of struggles? And I know we talked about this before, way back when, was the adjustment in the fact of the total flexibility, right? I know that was was that your primary issue?
No, I actually like that.
Oh, you actually liked that. Well, because I thought at the beginning, that was an issue that you actually had about the fact you could not kind of wrap your head around the fact that no, there's no time really set out there for you. It's all you, right? So let's start with the flexibility and how did that go from when you started to where you ended up? Just kind of walk me through what that transition was like.
To be honest, I was very like shocked that we had a flexibility because I even emailed you before for a schedule and you said we'll discuss it on our first year of work. And then when we were here, you told us that it was like a flexible work. So we don't have to be sitting for 5 hours or the hours that we're working with, and we can just kind of like, you know, do it whenever we want for the whole day. And that's what I really liked. And I got the hang of it, and I feel like it's really good.
All right. So now you can say that whole 9 to 5 or whatever, a very rigid schedule is probably not as attractive as the flexibility that you can have in this kind of work environment.
Yes.
That's for sure. Well, the interesting thing is, I think just to be fair with it's not so much that we're virtual, but that is a huge part of it, right? That we're virtual. But I think another part of it is also the fact that we are in a creative industry, and so it's almost understandable that you sometimes you have what they call writer's block or such. And so it's actually understandable that you're not always able to just kind of do, um, you know, the job just in a 5 hour, kind of clip. So what were some of the things that you enjoyed? Tell us about your tasks, some of the tasks that you were assigned to do.
Okay, so I mean, in the beginning, I had Yoast, and then I guess I could say I worked my way up. So I had the AIs, the outbound versus inbound marketing, and many more.
All right.
Including,
Did you like that?
yeah, I did. I learned a lot actually from the articles and the research that I did.
All right, so tell me a little about the AI, which is artificial intelligence.
I was the first one who opened the doc, so I had like I guess a better, easier access because I could quickly find my AIs. But then when I left and I came back, there were like other people who did their AI. So now I was like, okay, now I'm doing my research. I have to make sure that I'm not copying anybody AI. So when I had a whole list, I had a cross check that it didn't, copied with anyone. At first it did, so then I had to like remove it. But then I think I finally got the hang of the 10 AIs. And I actually do know a name. So one of my favorite AIs, it's not the same one that I was talking about yesterday, but one of the ones that I liked was the first one that I did, which was Copy AI. So it helps you with your Instagram content and it gives you um content to post about and Instagram captions.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, which is good. That's kind of the key here. And that was the whole idea of the assignment. Really, it sort of had a twofold, which is the fact that the earlier that you get in on it, which is like, and I know that you were actually one of the first to put a couple of posts on there. So I saw that. But then it becomes more and more difficult, which was really the challenge because I wanted you to be able to go through lots of them so that you could actually learn about a lot of them. So it was actually a part of the I want to say the learning curve that I wanted you to experience so that you could really learn about a lot of others. Because what would happen is the moment you found the 10 that you were required to find, you would probably stop. But the longer that you waited to do the assignment, the actually harder it would get because you had to go through more and more and more and more. And just to let you know, we actually have over 100 of the postings that are all unique to one another. So that was actually, that was actually a good thing. So, all right. So, of all the items, and I know you ended up writing a plan, which unfortunately, because of technical issues, we were not able to get through. We were not able to meet up to actually really flush it out and iron it out so that it would be perfect because that's what we want. We want perfect. And unfortunately, modern technology was just not your friend, and we were not able to complete that, which I am not holding against you because I know how frustrating it could be. I know that you did all that you could, including reaching out to the platform teams to try and rectify the situation. But I must say that what you did complete, what you were able to actually pull together yourself, actually looks pretty good. So tell me about the assignment, which would have been your final assignment, the big Magilla, which was creating a business development plan. How was that experience?
It was like a struggle because to me, what I wanted to do was to create the perfect business sponsorship proposal. And I had looked at some and I looked at just like some pages in a sponsorship in general, and I wanted it to look like that. So I made an outline on Google Docs of how it would be like, and then I made it into a slide. And after that, I was just trying to get all the information to look good, but as I was fixing it, I actually had to change a lot of things. And then I had to make it look clean and neat. And then I think after I got all the words that I needed, I got feedback from Adam, and he was like, "Oh, you should do bullet points." And so I was like, "Oh, now I have to change the whole thing again." So I changed the whole thing again into bullet points, and I made things much more smaller and shorter, so it'd be easier to understand. And then I searched up like a business proposal again, like the proposal for a gaming sponsorship pack, and I saw it. And then, I kind of made it like their way. And then I added the graphics that you give, and then I had to change it and then put the new one. So it was a bit of a struggle, but I got the hang of it.
Right. Well, the truth be told, that's what this is all about. You do not walk in the door learning exactly how it happens. It's really it's a add and then change and then fix. And Adam is our he's our marketing project manager. So everything, that's his wheelhouse. And so we like to make sure that everything that's going to go out that represents the company, we run past him, and the fact that he is able to give you direction on how it should look. Because the truth is, if we didn't have someone to actually give you that direction, then it's like, what's the point, right? Of the whole internship if you weren't going to learn from it. So so would you say that you actually now have a better understanding, you have some more clarity on what a business sponsorship package should look like, particularly in the industry of video gaming, because that was your target audience, was to build a sponsorship package for our video game, which we're building.
Yes, for sure. I definitely learned a lot just from doing my own sponsorship proposal for Ferry Godmother.
Well, I'm so glad to actually hear that that it was successful, and just looking at it was definitely going in the right direction for sure. I am confident that if we had been able to set up those meetings to really flush out everything and put it all in, as I call it, pretty order, and just really make it compelling piece that people would want to sponsor because of the information that you had included. I think if we were able to really have those meetings, I think it would have been really an awesome piece. So, for the work that you did get to get done, I want to thank you. And it did, it definitely was a start in the right direction for sure.
Thank
So,
you.
so of all of those, what did you like the best? What was like the thing that you could say, I like that of all the things? What is it that you could say that you liked the
I
best?
definitely think it's the gaming sponsorship packet because although it was difficult and I couldn't get the hang of it because I was always changing it, I think like I really enjoyed that one more because I did more research to it. I changed a lot. I added graphics. This was something that I have never done before. So for me, it was new, and I think that I personally enjoyed it more than anything else.
Wonderful. Good. So now, you know, in the meetings, I always give these little inspirational, motivational, uh, little tidbits that really kind of hopefully you'll be able to carry away, and in 20 years from now you'll say, oh, I remember the fairy godmother told me this is, you know, what I should be doing, or how I should react to something, or just those little gems that I was able to drop. And I asked everybody this question: is there something in particular in the meeting that you could say you walked away with that kind of stuck in your mind, of some of the gems that I gave?
Yeah, I mean, you did give a lot, and I'm obviously gonna remember all of it. But now that I was actually thinking about this yesterday, that's so funny. It actually came in my mind, but I was thinking about the one where you were describing in one of your meetings about you and your family going to Bear Mountain, and your son and his friends were throwing rocks at the windows, and I remember those like people coming out and just yelling, but you told like you promised that you wouldn't yell to your son in public because that's not who you were. I feel like that one just really stuck out to me. But I enjoy everything else, learning about your past and learning about all the funny stories that you have to tell.
Well, hopefully, like I said, you'll be able to use them. Yeah, degradation is not something that I'm into. People seem to enjoy that for whatever reason. I'm not going to publicly, and this is what it was about. I'm not going to publicly flog my child in front of other people. That's just not who I am. Now, when I get him home, we're going to have, a nice discussion, right? A discussion, but I'm not going to publicly flog him. So, yeah. So anyway, I'm glad that that was one that stuck with you. Actually, that was one that actually no one else brought up. Other people brought up other things, but I'm very excited that you actually latched on to that. So, because that hopefully will help you with your children as you rear them, and you remember, don't publicly flog your child. It doesn't do any good. It actually hurts. So, all right. So I think that we are pretty much done, really. We kind of went through everything. I don't know. Is there anything in particular that you want to say before we wind this up?
Yes, I want to say thank you for everything. Thank you for everything that Fairy Godmother has offered because that offered me a lot in the last 6 weeks, and I really enjoyed my time here.
You are so, so welcome. And I can't believe that actually 6 weeks have come and gone so quickly. It's just flew by. I think it might be because I didn't get much sleep. That might have been my issue because I didn't get much sleep. But it was definitely well worth it, and I really do wish all of you the best. And as I said to everybody, you always have a fairy godmother here, right in New York City, with you. And if there's ever anything that you want to talk about when it comes to business, you starting your own, particularly as a woman, just please feel free to use the email, reach out to me. I will always be your fairy godmother and here to restore the magic to your life when I can.
No, thank you.
All right.